The NBA draft is almost here, and the NBA Combine has seen Bronny James' stock go high.
Just a little bit.
The floor, etc.
Definitely, I feel like I have an advantage. You know, we played NBA rules, we played with the NBA ball, we shot the NBA three, we had the shot clock.
We're all watching the continuation of LeBron's legacy in real time as his retirement draws near. However, while Bronny might be the next LeBron to make it to the league, he could very well not be the next king. His younger brother, Bryce James, looks like the legitimate heir. Bronny James was the biggest story at the NBA Combine. The son of NBA legend LeBron James turned heads at the Combine, rising to rank 54 from number 98 where he was previously ranked. At the Combine, he showcased a 40.5-inch vertical leap, shot 19 of 25 in the three-point drill, and held his own in the scrimmages at the event. So far, a lot of scouts and teams who have been monitoring believe that he has established himself as a legitimate NBA prospect, even though neither his offensive play nor measurements moved them. He is highly viewed as an NBA caliber defender, with NBA stars like Boston Celtics' Drew Holiday and Derek White, and Sacramento Kings' Davion Mitchell likened to him. After all, in his second scrimmage, he earned Player of the Game honors despite scoring 13 points on 4 of 10 shooting in 23 minutes, because of his defensive contributions. According to different scouts, his sharp instincts and strong effort often have him on the winning side of defensive possessions. Anyway, during his time at the scrimmage, Bronny shot 6 of 18 with 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 turnovers. He was 2 of 9 on 3-pointers, and 3 of 5 from the free throw line. And offensively, that's not so good. His shooting was a source of concern. However, it isn't surprising, given that it has always been a concern, and he showed much more shooting potential as a high school player than he did in college. After the Combine, many are already skeptical about his ability, since his stats during his freshman year at USC did not indicate a typical NBA draft prospect. In 25 games for the Trojans, Bronny started 6 games, averaging 4.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists per game, while shooting 36.6% from the field, 26.7% from the three-point range, and 67.6% from the free throw line. USC finished 15-18 and missed out on the NCAA tournament. Obviously, if you watch him, you'll notice he has the type of athleticism, selfless passing ability, and defensive tenacity that make him an NBA potential. But many scouts believe he is far from an NBA prospect. At the Combine, Bronny showed some of the traits he showed at USC, including an inability to gain separation off the dribble or get into the paint, as well as a limited ability to leverage his straight line speed and one-leg leaping ability in the run of play. Bronny is nowhere near ready, an NBA general manager said. For Bronny, it's been a long journey to get here. Years of preparation to build his legacy and not just be LeBron's son in the league. An independent superstar, if you must say. But even at that, it's now more clear than ever that he was never the heir.
Everybody that I've spoken to says he's not ready for the NBA, says he should stay in college, says he has some things to prove. They talk about his athleticism, they talk about his defensive prowess, they say that he has potential, they say the younger brother, Bryce, has more.
His brother, Bryce James, is believed to be the real prospect in the family. But how? Why him over Bronny? What's so special about this high schooler rated 148th in the nation?
Oh my God!
Well, standing at 6'6", shooting guard Bryce James is highly considered to be the more naturally gifted son of LeBron James, given that he is fundamentally sound with a smooth shooting stroke, a high basketball IQ, and a versatile game. According to LeBron James, he is in fact the best shooter in the family. And according to scouting reports, he possesses clear shooting potential with a naturally soft touch, compact release, and the ability to make both threes and pull-ups.
Roots in the classic. Jab step, and Bryce James another three, a deep one, and in his face. Lead is three for why not. Goes into the corner. Bryce James has a hot hand, and it can.
Not to mention that his left hand is advanced for his age, and he also has a good early understanding of the game. He's evidently taller than his father was at his age. And with all likelihood that he would be a physical specimen like his father, then we just might be looking at a Kevin Durant and LeBron-esque player when he finally grows into his body. Why though? You see, considering Bryce's game at such a young age, claiming that he could be a Kevin Durant and LeBron-esque player isn't far-fetched. He's already a decent three-level scorer and a versatile defender. Bryce James is a good finisher and a decent playmaker who can shoot off the ball. Compared to his brother Bronny, Bryce is more of a wing, and while Bronny is more of a playmaking guard, Bryce's size allows him to attack the basket at will, swallow rebounds, and get out in transition. And seeing how much he's grown over the past few years, there are signs of how great he could be, maybe even as good as LeBron James. I mean, this is the kid at 11 years old. Obviously, the reason he hasn't been making news until recently was because, unlike Bronny, Bryce is a late bloomer, and not the athlete Bronny was at his age. But scouts, and many in the NBA, are very clear that he is the better player of the brothers.
Because I think the kid's got some skills, I think he's got potential, but I also think we're wrong to just be talking about him. Something inside of me tells me we should be paying just as much attention to Bryce James, LeBron's other kid. I don't think we've mentioned him enough. Everything I'm hearing, that kid's got a lot of potential.
He's currently a shooting guard for the star-studded Sierra Canyon High School team. However, as a sophomore, Bryce is splitting time between the JV and varsity teams at Sierra Canyon. In any case, given his reduced game time due to the quality of the team, his stats might not tell the whole story of how good he is. As a junior, he came off the bench for a stacked team featuring Scottie Pippen's son, Justin, a top 60 recruit in the nation. And in the 12 games that he did play on the varsity team this season, he averaged just 3.8 points per game. Recently, he held his own at the Nike EYBL Tour when he faced Cameron Boozer, the son of former NBA All-Star Carlos Boozer. Miami's 6'9" power forward Boozer, who's rated as the second best prospect overall in the 2025 recruiting class, scored 21 points, and Bryce responded with 21 points of his own. In any case, he's a 4-star recruit and has already received D1 offers from Duquesne and Ohio State. Bryce is ranked 21st in his position and 17th in California alone. And while the rank might not prove that he is LeBron's heir, given how good his father was in high school, then you should know that the rankings don't tell the whole story. Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, Russell Westbrook, and Isaiah Thomas were all 3-star recruits. Jimmy Butler was a 2-star recruit, and even the great Scottie Pippen had 0 offers out of high school. And yet, they all turned out to be great. I mean, if Bryce's 4-star rating should go by anything, it should be a sign that NBA scouts are seeing him as a future NBA prospect. And if we are to go by scouts' reports and what people in the NBA have seen, then he is better than Bronny James. In any case, you should all keep in mind that all these claims and reports are not to discredit Bronny's talent, but with what Bryce is doing at 16, he may be closer to LeBron than Bronny is. Bronny at 19 is already an undersized non-shooting guard, and while different highlights of the guard would show a good shot form, his shot doesn't go in often. Bronny shot only 19.6% on catch-and-shoot threes at USC. He missed 37 of his 46 attempts and sprayed them all over. Front rim misses, back of the rim, clankers off the left and right sides. He missed them all. During his high school career, he attempted 139 catch-and-shoot threes, but only made 33.8% of them. In high school and college combined, Bronny James made only 28.1% of his floaters, 30.2% of his pull-up 2-point jumpers, and 26.7% of his dribble jumper threes. None of these numbers are positive indicators of a superstar like LeBron. Besides, being a guard, a combo guard at that, one would expect him to have figured out his ball handling skills, but it's still a major source of concern. His mid-ball handles have limited his ability to create his own shot, get into the paint regularly, and be the primary playmaker. Sadly, it's always been like that. Bronny, since high school, didn't offer dynamic ball handling ability or primary playmaking. He's long been more of a connective playmaker who makes passes within the flow of the offense. I mean, take a good look at his playmaking here. Every single one of his passes, there were quick decisions that helped the offense. However, you would notice that he could have been more dangerous on the perimeter if he had a reliable jumper. In this season with USC, Bronny took only 22.8% of his shot attempts at the rim. Most of those attempts came via off-ball cuts or transition attacks. Also, he didn't log a single dunk attempt in the half court and made only 1 of his 5 attempts on self-created shots at the rim. Another thing that makes him far from the heir is that Bronny, unlike his dad or Bryce, does not get a significant burst off the dribble. At 19, without a runway, he isn't an elite jumper, meaning his shots can easily get blocked or heavily contested, raising doubts about his ability to even be a primary shot creator. Watch him here. All in all, any team that plans to draft Bronny James will need to be patient. In fact, Bryce, on the other hand, has a higher ceiling, not just defensively, but offensively. And given that at 16, he has developed most of the skills his elder brother is still struggling with, Bryce James is the star we all think Bronny James will be. What do you think about Bronny James' performance at the Combine? Do you think he's NBA ready? Do you think Bryce James is a far better player than Bronny is? Or do you think the media is wrong about Bryce? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, the next video on your screen is worth your time.